Have you ever asked yourself this? When I can no longer fully take care of myself, does that mean I have no choice but to move into a nursing home? It's a thought that quietly creeps in as the years go by. Your house starts to feel too big. Everyday tasks become just a little harder. And society whispers, sometimes shouts, that it's time to give up your space, your routine, your independence, for safety. But what if I told you that giving up control isn't your only option? In today's video, we're going to uncover the real truth about nursing homes, what no brochure will ever tell you. And more importantly, I'll show you the powerful, practical alternatives that can help you age with freedom, dignity, and joy, right in your own home. If you care about your future and the choices you'll make in your golden years, then stay with me, because this could change everything. The harsh reality of nursing homes. For years, nursing homes have been presented as the safe, responsible choice, the place where seniors receive professional care, round-the-clock attention, and medical supervision. On the surface, it seems like the right decision, but what lies beneath that promise may surprise you. Let's start with the numbers. In many facilities across the U.S., a single caregiver may be responsible for 10, 15, even 20 residents at once, not because they don't care, but because of chronic understaffing. And that leads to rushed care, delayed medication, unanswered calls for help, and emotional needs left unmet. A 2018 study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that seniors who moved into institutional care experienced a significant decline in both physical mobility and cognitive function within just 6 months, compared to those who remained at home with basic support. Why does this happen? Because in a nursing home, routine replaces independence. You eat when the kitchen says so. You bathe when someone has time to help. You lose not just your rhythm, but your freedom to make simple choices. And over time, that loss chips away at your sense of self. Then comes the emotional toll. Many residents report feelings of loneliness, disconnection, and even abandonment, especially as family visits become less frequent and friendships within the facility are harder to form than expected. According to the CDC, social isolation in long-term care is linked to higher rates of depression and earlier mortality. So the next time you hear someone say, "It's time to go into a nursing home," ask yourself, what are we really trading for that sense of safety? Because while a nursing home might offer structure, it often comes at the cost of dignity, autonomy, and emotional well-being. And that's a cost no one should pay without knowing the full truth. When a house becomes a part of you, close your eyes for a moment and picture the home you've lived in for decades. Not just the walls or the furniture, but the way the light hits the kitchen floor in the early morning, the creak of the hallway floorboards, the spot on the porch where you used to sip tea and listen to the rain. Now imagine being told it's time to leave it all behind, not because you want to, but because others think it's what's best for you. This is the emotional reality for thousands of older adults each year. You see, a home is not just a building. It's a container for memories, a physical expression of identity. It's where you've made decisions, laughed, cried, mourned, celebrated, and grown. To leave that behind isn't just a move, it's a loss. For many seniors, being uprooted feels like a quiet erasure of everything they've built. They no longer choose what to cook, when to sleep, or what music plays during breakfast. Routines are replaced with schedules. Preferences are replaced with policies. This emotional dislocation is more than just a feeling. It has consequences. According to research, seniors who are relocated, especially without emotional preparation, are significantly more likely to experience depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. Not because of the facility itself, but because of what they leave behind. The truth is, the mind and heart are deeply connected to place, When that place is taken away, even with good intentions, the soul often struggles to catch up. So if you, or someone you love, are facing the decision to leave a lifelong home, take a pause. Ask, is there a way to stay just a little longer? Could small adjustments make that possible? Because sometimes, the most important part of aging isn't just about safety. It's about staying connected to what made you feel alive in the first place. The hidden health risks inside nursing homes. Dr. John Smith, a leading geriatric specialist, puts it bluntly. The close quarters and weakened immune systems common in nursing homes create the perfect storm for infection. It's not something most families consider when moving a loved one into long-term care. But behind the clean hallways and scheduled routines, there's an invisible threat, a higher risk of infections like pneumonia, urinary tract infections, and even dangerous outbreaks like MRSA. According to Dr. Smith, respiratory illnesses spread rapidly in shared spaces, especially when staff are overworked and unable to follow strict hygiene protocols. Many residents are confined to bed or wheelchairs, which limits their movement and weakens lung function. That alone increases their vulnerability to pneumonia, he explains. And that's not all. Urinary tract infections, often considered minor, can lead to life-threatening sepsis in older adults if left untreated, a risk that's far more common in nursing home settings due to inconsistent hydration and limited personal care. What makes these risks even more troubling is how subtle they can appear. A senior with a low-grade fever or confusion may be showing early signs of a serious infection, but in a busy facility, these warning signs can be missed. Dr. Smith emphasizes, it's not that nursing homes are careless, it's that the system is stretched thin, and when you're managing dozens of patients with complex needs, small problems can escalate fast. So, what can be done? For families considering nursing care, awareness is key. Ask direct questions about infection control policies, staff-to-patient ratios, and how health changes are tracked and communicated. If you choose to stay at home, work with a home health provider who can spot and treat infections early, before they become dangerous. Because at this stage in life, prevention is everything, and sometimes the safest choice is staying where you're already known and cared for. The smarter alternative, aging in place with a plan. Imagine waking up in your own bed, brewing your favorite coffee, and starting the day with complete control over your time. That's not a fantasy. It's a future you can create for yourself with the right plan. Aging in place doesn't mean struggling alone. It means building the tools, environment, and support that allow you to live at home, safely, comfortably, and independently, for as long as possible. Here's how to make it work. Number 1, make your home safer. Your house should protect you, not put you at risk. Install grab bars in the bathroom and near stairs. Replace slippery rugs with non-slip mats. Improve lighting in hallways and entryways. Your eyes need more support now than ever before. 2. Use supportive technology. Modern tools can make a huge difference in your peace of mind. Medical alert systems let you call for help with the press of a button. Some are worn like a watch or necklace. Smart lights, voice-activated assistants, and motion sensor devices reduce strain and prevent accidents. Consider a pill dispenser with reminders if you take multiple medications. Chapter 3. Build a real support network. No one thrives in isolation. Community matters. Hire a part-time caregiver or home aide for chores, meals, or personal care. Reach out to family, friends, or neighbors to check in regularly. Join a local senior center, walking group, or community class. Staying socially active keeps your mind and spirit strong. Remember, this isn't about avoiding help. It's about choosing the kind of help that respects your independence. You have the power to design a life that fits you, not a facility's schedule. And with every thoughtful step, you're building not just safety, but freedom, dignity, and control. So ask yourself, what's one change you can start with today? Let's keep going. Your golden years are still yours to shape. The power of staying in control of your life. There's something deeply powerful about waking up each morning and knowing that your life is still your own, that you make the choices, that you write the story. As we age, the world around us may start sending a different message. Let someone else take over. Play it safe. Stay small. But here's the truth. Your voice matters more than ever now. Not because you're fighting against time, but because you've earned the right to live on your terms. Staying in control isn't about doing everything alone. It's about having a say in how things are done. It's choosing when you wake up, what you eat, who helps you. It's being involved in the decisions that affect your daily rhythm, your body, and your dignity. Because when that control slips away, it's not just routines that change. People lose confidence. They start to feel invisible. And the most dangerous part? They begin to believe the lie that they're too old to matter. But you do matter. Your history, your preferences, your passions, they don't fade just because your pace slows down. And when you hold on to your autonomy, even with support, you protect not just your independence, but your joy, your identity, your reason to get up in the morning. So, what does it mean to truly stay in control? It means asking for help when you need it, but setting the terms. It means adapting your home, not leaving it behind. It means speaking up when people assume you're too old to decide. And most importantly, it means continuing to live with intention, not just exist with routine. Don't surrender your life to systems that treat you like a number. Your wisdom, your will, your spirit, they deserve to lead the way. This chapter of life isn't about letting go. It's about holding on to what matters most, with strength, grace, and the confidence that you still have choices. So ask yourself right now, what does control mean to me? And what can I do, starting today, to protect it? Because in the end, aging with dignity doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design, your design, the financial burden, the hidden costs of nursing homes. Let's talk numbers, not just for the sake of math, but because your future may depend on understanding them. The average cost of a nursing home in the United States ranges from $7,000 to $9,000 per month. That's up to $108,000 per year. And that's just for basic care. If you need memory support, therapy, or extra medical attention, that number climbs even higher. Now let's compare that to aging at home with support. A home safety renovation, like adding grab bars, installing a walk-in shower, or improving lighting, can cost as little as $3,000 to $5,000. Hiring an in-home caregiver part-time? Roughly $20 per hour, adding up to $1,500, $2,500 per month, depending on how much help you need. Smart devices, like medical alert systems or voice assistants, often require just a one-time cost under $500. When you add it all up, you're looking at half, or even a third, of the cost of a nursing home. And in return, you get something priceless: the comfort of your own bed, the view from your window, your own kitchen, your own rhythm. But here's what's often overlooked. Nursing homes don't just cost money. They cost choice. To qualify for Medicaid, many people have to spend down their savings, sell their home, and give up assets they worked a lifetime to build. And Medicare? It only covers short-term stays, not the long-term care most people assume. That's why planning ahead is so important. With the right strategy, aging in place doesn't just preserve your dignity, it protects your finances. You worked hard for what you have. You deserve to enjoy it, not hand it all over for care you might not even need yet. Ask yourself, would you rather invest $10,000 in your independence or $100,000 in losing it? Sometimes the smartest financial decision is also the one that keeps you where your heart belongs. Home, psychological impact, losing purpose, losing yourself. Imagine waking up in the morning and realizing you have nothing to decide. No reason to get up at a specific time. No one waiting on you. No project that's yours. No small ritual that grounds your day. At first, it might feel like rest, but eventually, it begins to feel like disappearance. This is the silent psychological cost of moving into a place where routines are chosen for you instead of by you. And for older adults, especially those who once led full, active lives, this shift can feel like a quiet unraveling of who they are. Clinical psychologist Dr. Margaret Bell describes it this way: when we strip away purpose, we strip away the framework that helps people feel human. Research backs this up. A comprehensive study in the Journal of Aging and Mental Health found that seniors who lost control over daily decisions experienced a 42% increase in depressive symptoms, alongside sharper declines in memory and overall well-being. And the decline happened faster than most families ever expect, sometimes within just a few months of entering full-time care. But it's not just about sadness, it's about identity. Think about it. When you live in your own home, even with help, you make choices. You decide whether to have oatmeal or eggs. You choose whether to water your plants now or later. You open your favorite drawer, find that old photo album, and relive a piece of your past. You pick your music, your mug, your sweater. These tiny acts of decision-making, though small, are profound. They remind you that you still have a say in your life, that your preferences still matter, that you still matter. Now contrast that with life in an institution. Meals arrive on trays at predetermined times. Activities are scheduled by staff. Medication is handed to you, whether you feel ready for it or not. Your days may be safe, but they are no longer truly yours. For many, this loss of personal agency is more painful than any physical limitation. And here's something most people don't realize. Even seniors with physical or cognitive challenges can still benefit from maintaining small responsibilities and roles. Folding laundry, writing birthday cards, feeding a pet. These aren't burdens. They're lifelines to dignity and connection. In fact, researchers at the University of Michigan found that older adults who maintained a daily sense of purpose, no matter how modest, were more likely to report lower stress levels, better sleep, and even longer lifespans. So what does this mean for you or for your loved ones? It means that staying home with support, aging in place, isn't just a logistical decision. It's a mental health strategy. It protects more than just your routine. It protects your essence. Because when you preserve your freedom to choose, to lead, to contribute, even in small ways, you preserve your identity. And identity is something that no institution, no matter how well-meaning, can give back once it's lost. If you're watching this and you're wondering whether it's time to move, or whether you can stay just a little longer, ask yourself this: what would you lose by leaving? Not just your furniture, not just your garden, but your rhythm, your rituals, your reasons. And if that answer stirs something inside you, hold on to it. Because that spark of recognition, that's purpose. And you still have it. The power of staying home. How it strengthens your body and spirit. When James turned 85, his doctor gently suggested considering a nursing facility. He was having more trouble walking up the stairs and sometimes forgot where he placed things. His children worried. But James made a different choice, one that changed everything. Instead of leaving the home he'd lived in for over 50 years, he decided to make it work for him. He added a stair lift, installed brighter lighting, and brought in a caregiver 3 days a week to help with groceries, medications, and light housework. It wasn't about avoiding help. It was about keeping control. 6 months later, James wasn't just getting by. He was thriving. He joined a local community walking group for seniors. He started attending weekly chess games at the town library. And every Sunday, he FaceTimed with his granddaughter to help her with college math. His doctor was stunned. Not only had his mobility improved, but so had his mood. His memory lapses became less frequent. Most importantly, James felt like himself again. This is the power of aging at home. When you stay in your own environment, your confidence stays stronger. You're surrounded by the smells, photos, memories, and routines that define your life. You still have agency, and that's something no medication can replace. Multiple studies support this experience. Seniors who remain at home with proper support report higher levels of physical health, emotional well-being, and life satisfaction compared to those in institutional care. They fall less often, feel less depressed, and stay mentally sharper because their daily life still belongs to them. It's not about pretending you don't need help. It's about choosing how that help fits into your life instead of the other way around. James's story isn't rare. It's a reality waiting for anyone willing to plan, ask for support, and believe that independence doesn't end at 70, 80, or even 90. Because home isn't just a place, it's where your identity lives. And with the right adjustments, it can still be the place where you live your best years. Deciding where and how you want to live in your later years isn't just a practical decision, it's a deeply personal one. It's about more than convenience. It's about dignity, autonomy, and what kind of life you want to lead every single day. You've just seen the realities behind nursing homes. You've explored the emotional costs, the hidden health risks, and the financial strain that so many don't see coming. But more importantly, you've learned that you have choices, and powerful ones. From small changes at home to building a trusted support system, aging in place is possible. And for many, it's not just possible, it's the better path. So before you assume that a nursing home is your only option, pause. Ask yourself, what matters most to me? Is it control, comfort, familiarity, connection? You deserve a future shaped by your values, not by fear or pressure. If this video opened your eyes to a new way of thinking about aging, don't keep it to yourself. Share this message. Share it with your family, your friends, your community. Because someone out there is wrestling with the same questions, and they need to know they're not alone. And now I want to hear from you. Which part of this message resonated most with you? What does your ideal aging journey look like? Let's keep the conversation going. Leave a comment below, and if you found this valuable, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss another video that can change the way we age for the better. For thee.